What's up, martial artists, and welcome to a new video on my channel. We already know that Tyson Fury is supposed to defend his WBC title against Dillian Whyte next, but we also know that in boxing no fight will take place until the politics behind the scenes are settled, until both men face each other and the first bell rings. Otherwise, in this business you can never be sure which fight will be next, because many different things have to be settled first. There is still a long way to go until the Fury vs. Whyte fight, and other possibilities cannot be ruled out yet. The WBC has now officially ordered the fight, but some questions now remain unresolved. But before the video starts, I'd be happy if you'd activate notifications for daily news. Let's continue with the video. The standard procedure for a mandatory defense fight is that the sanctioning body gives the parties 30 days to negotiate freely, and then orders the fight to be auctioned off if the very promoters of both parties have failed to reach an agreement. But exactly this is currently a new point of contention, which is why Dillian Whyte is now again involved in a court arbitration with the WBC. Because Whyte has been chasing his title shot for so long, the Brit launched a lawsuit against the WBC sanctioning body last year and then got his way in the settlement, and he probably thinks that will continue. The mandatory challenger position he sought is now secured as a result, but he now continues to fight for what he believes is a fair percentage split of the winning maximum bid for the title fight. Tyson Fury's promoter team have stated that an 80-20 split of the highest market bid will be split in favor of their boxer Tyson Fury. Dillian Whyte concedes that Fury should of course get the majority, but wants a much closer 55-45 split of the purse bid. The decision is of course still very much at the top of the debate in this matter, because it's all about the money. Of course Dillian Whyte is not satisfied with the 20-80 split. He wants more, and as long as they don't agree on that, no fight is possible, so the arbitration court has to make the decision now. In the meantime, negotiations are making little progress. Representatives of both sides express the wish to decide on the final stock exchange bid split as soon as possible. Without this decision, it is difficult to negotiate realistically, as the whole scenario will change depending on the final split. As all of this drags on, Fury is undoubtedly growing impatient and by now has no desire to compete against Dillian Whyte. WBC champion Tyson Fury had a 20-month break between his last two title fights against Deontay Wilder and has also only been ordered to defend his title again against Wilder due to a court decision. He has already told his promoters Bob Arum and Frank Warren to secure him a fight in March, because they are his promoters and they have to get him fights that he can make money. So Bob Arum has now suggested that he give up the Whyte fight and look for other opponents. Bob Arum told US internet sports portal TalkSport, "If we don't come to an agreement with Dillian Whyte, then we'll just fight for the Ring Magazine belt and for the linear title and find another opponent for it." And that, friends, would mean that Tyson Fury would give up his WBC title and then Dillian Whyte would have to fight someone else. Then Tyson Fury would only have to defend his Ring Magazine and lineal title and relinquish the WBC title. We need to complete a fight for Tyson Fury that he can be back in the ring by the end of March 2022. Frank Warren and I are determined to complete a fight against Tyson Fury with an acceptable opponent, and we would like to promote this fight in Cardiff. Andy Ruiz Jr. would be an interesting and acceptable opponent. But also Joseph Parker just got a good win over Derek Chisora last weekend, he could be a possible opponent as well. But we're also looking at some other names that could fit. With the disposition of the Whyte fight and all the legalities surrounding Whyte's pursuit of his WBC title shot, it seems extremely unlikely that the Gypsy King can fight a non-WBC title fight and still retain the WBC title. So hypothetically, Fury has to give up the title and then the mandatory challenger would be Wilder, because Wilder is number 1 in the WBC rankings and could then face Dillian Whyte. Friends, this fight is possible according to many promoters. If Fury gives up the title, Wilder is next in line for a title fight and could face Whyte. How crazy would that be then if Wilder could become champion again? But what's your opinion on this drama in the boxing world? Leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and activate notifications for more. See you next time.